With what?
What's under your hood?
My headset. What? Something is wrong with me.
Yes, I know, it's great.
She says I look like something's wrong with me. I think we might be live too.
Nice.
Yeah. Central News, hey. Grand Theft, Dramatic, Jeff, Safety Man, Sound Minds, Josh. Hey. Everybody saying it's good to see me. Good to hear your words on the live. Hey. Freedom. Ken, what's up? Up and kicking. Arizona Scots, yeah. Central News. No, just Power Media Productions. Hey. Well. Taz is stressed.
What the hell are you out there fighting about?
Yeah. Had some VA appointments today. Got another one here in probably a couple hours, but we can talk about that. But that's not. They got problems with how they do things. If you guys are give me a one if the audio is good. If not, I can turn this headset off. But we're currently moving down the road to find a static location for just to update with you guys. But give me a one if you can hear me okay, please. Some ones. Okay, cool. Well, titled this Warrior or Soldier. Titled this live. This is more of just kind of some pontificating out loud with you guys. A lot of times people say, "Thank you for your service." To veterans, they say, people say to me when they find out I was in the military, and I don't always have the discussion with them. It's situationally dependent. I kind of try to gauge what the energy level is at, and if they have if they have the capacity to have this kind of conversation in the moment or not, or if they're rushing and it's in passing, or if they're drunk, at a bar, may not be the best time to have a kind of heart-to-heart philosophical discussion about what they're saying. But most people use words without thinking about what they're saying, and then I think even probably more common than that is they don't listen. People don't. We've lost the art of listening to one another, actually having civil discourse. And so a lot of times people are only listening enough for there to be a pause for them to interject whatever words happen to be floating through their mind at the time. And for some people there's other factors going on with that, with whether it be psychological or brain damage or something, where they have to hold on to whatever the thought is and focus on that until they tune out, and then they just try to interject with that thought for fear of losing the thought and not being able to communicate. So, warrior, soldier. A lot of people say thank you for your service. And my question, if I have the discussion with them, is always, like I had it with Brian, I think Brian King on his interview with me. Hey, Noli. Yeah, this thing will, and it will read to me, but it's like hit or miss, so I'm not getting I'm only getting a fraction of the comments, guys. So I ask them what service? Service to what? Or service to who? You know, when they say thanks for your service. And a lot of times, like, oh, you're the military, right? I'm like, military service. I'm like, okay, yeah, I was in the military. I served in the military. But service to what? What did I serve, or whom did I serve? And then they go, huh, well, the country. A lot of times they say the country, the United States. I'm like, okay, well, when you say the country, are you saying the landmass that is, you know, the continental United States, and then Alaska and Hawaii, and, you know, Puerto Rico, and like, is that what you're saying? Are you talking about the land? I serve the land. And they're like, well, no. Okay, are you saying that I serve the inhabitants of the land, the people that inhabit that? Are you saying that I serve them somehow? And they're like, well, sometimes they say yes, sometimes they're like, I don't know, because now they're starting to think. They're actually starting to contemplate what their words were when they said thank you for your service, right? But you can push it even further. It's like, well, are you maybe saying that I serve to perpetuate the ideals that the people embody? And a lot of times, like, oh, that's it. I think you went to serve the ideals, to help promote the ideals of, you know, life, liberty, and property, or life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness. So sometimes they land with that, and it's like, okay, well, let's go ahead and take a look at each of those, right? Did I serve the country? Actual landmass. Yes, voluntarism. Going to another landmass, going to another country somewhere else where other people live, and murdering and terrorizing and doing that while wearing a uniform with the American flag on it, you know, sometimes with or without the flag on it. Does that help the landmass of the United States? Like, how does that help? It doesn't, right? That's not logical. Okay, what about the people? Does it actually help the people? Well, let's see. Maybe. Somebody might be able to make a case. Well, depends on what you're doing. If it's imperialism, which it is, like going to expand the territories for the political masters, so they can get their hands on more resources. You know, to get more oil or whatever natural resources, right? That gets shipped back to the landmass, to the people. You know, keep the petrodollar up, inflate that petrodollar, so that the dollar may have more spending power, right? So, do the people benefit? Yeah, the people of the landmass benefit. There is a benefit, but there's more benefit to the political masters who have their lobbyists and have the big corporate masters, you know, the oil companies and everything. So they get definitely more benefit. The people, the peons, us people, you know, that go buzz around the highways, you know, like, there's a benefit because you can put oil and gas in your car cheaper. So there's a benefit there. But is that the actual sentiment? Are people saying, hey, thanks for making it so that gas is cheaper? And they say, thank you for your service. Is that what they're saying? Like, no, I don't think that's what they're saying. Right? They don't. But once you ask them and you contemplate this, maybe you thank people for their service. You're contemplating. Are you really saying thanks for making gas cheaper? I don't think that's. I don't think that's the message. I think it's more of the ideals. I think people are saying, hey, thank you for be willing to put everything on the line to promote the ideals of freedom, right? Life, liberty, and property is how it was, and then it changed to pursuit of happiness. I think that's the sentiment. And so that brings us to the title, warrior or soldier. A warrior is someone that is willing to do that. A warrior is somebody who's willing, regardless of swearing an oath or wearing a costume or a uniform or whatever. A warrior is somebody that has this core element inside them, this burning call for freedom, to bear the cost, whether it be physically, financially, or socially. You know, people treat you like an outcast, or treat you like an enemy, or a freak. you know, for speaking up for freedom, for the cause of freedom, for going to protest, for putting your body on the line, for willing to risk arrest or get beaten for the cause of freedom, right? That's the warrior mentality. That's the warrior spirit, to promote something you believe in so dearly, the ideal of freedom, right? Soldier, on the other hand, that term is somebody who follows orders, right? That term is somebody who falls in line into the system and gets, you know, gets in formation and is lined up in a box and is dressed and has no real free will to even have your hair the way you want, or, you know, to have piercings or tattoos or self-expression, right? Is limited in that of a soldier. Like you are willingly giving up your autonomy to be controlled by whatever you choose to be a soldier of. You know, you can be in a business and be a good little soldier, right? That's why that's a phrase. If you don't rock the boat, if you just do what your boss says and look the other way when you see somebody of a higher position, you know, crossing a line morally or ethically, or maybe sexually harassing somebody, but you don't report them. You don't stand up because you want to be a good little soldier. You don't want to rock the boat in your company. You don't want to call out things that that go against what you believe in or your morals. Okay, that's called being a soldier. It's called being a soldier, soldiering on, right? Following orders. Now, that's the difference between warrior and soldier. I think when people thank service people for their service, I think the true essence of what they're thanking is the warrior spirit, not the soldier mentality and lifestyle of following orders. Because if you evaluate that and you actually believe that, and you actually thank people for mindlessly following orders, and that's what you're thanking people for service, like, email me, like, I'd like to have it, or call me. I'd like to have a chat with you. I'm really curious about that perspective, because I think the essence is thanking people for the warrior spirit, being willing to risk everything to promote freedom, to promote common ideals. So there you go. Let me check on some chat stuff. Who's timing people out? What up, Joe? Lady Bird. I don't know what happened with Furry Potato. Somebody sent me a video, didn't have any audio in it. I asked them, like, what was on the video. They described it to me. I guess she's in a hospital somewhere. That's all I know. Thanks, Carlos. Blue Star Shadow Gaming, what's up? What up, Lady Bird? Spirit of being an independent thinker, yeah. Smile, Chris. All right. Constitution Network news. I am feeling better. Not fully recovered. I got some weird numbness in my thumbs, like on the outside part, the radial side. Among some other stuff. Still had pain. Some joint limb pain. But yeah. Been doing VA follow-up appointments, stuff. They've been messing up with their appointment stuff too. She's still got a handful of videos to do from the last few weeks. Probably she, any privacy information that she can redact from people's, I guess. What's up? Thanks, Jeff. Hopefully I'm back. No, we're saying thanks for all the help and support, and people that are making calls to different county places. We're still trying to get records. It's crazy. They're bouncing stuff back and forth, and so we're still trying to hunt that down and piece together exactly what all happened at all the places, and we're still working on legal assistance as well. So if you guys know anybody that is interested in taking the case, let us know. And she's pulling in a more static location, so hopefully our signal stays. Yeah? Okay. Fine. And she can help with the chat.
All right.
Field questions and stuff. Thanks for posting the email, Jeff. Grand Theft, what's up?
Carlos gave you that.
Hmm?
Carlos just gave you some money.
Oh, hey, thanks, Carlos. Yeah, been on the mend, but out and about. Actually had got some VA appointments today. Had one this morning and got another one here coming up. So we didn't do that. Look so down. Okay, is this better if I put a smile?
Just flip the camera.
There you go. Now you're looking up at me, or if you
No,
look.
you need to look up.
Now I'm looking up. Yeah. So I don't know if there's anything else that you want to add, or if you just want to read some stuff.
I'm catching up.
Yeah. So I don't know. Somebody ACLU might be able to do it, or whole law firm. Yeah, there's definitely. I mean, that's the thing. Like, we haven't pursued any suits anywhere, um, but we're definitely going to pursue some suits with this last thing with Guilford County. So somebody asked how the missus is doing. She's a wonderful woman. She's hanging in there. She's tough. She's definitely higher stress level, but trying to help her with coping mechanisms, with some mindfulness and breathing and some meditation. But we got a bunch of kids too, so you gotta balance the time with the littles and making sure their needs are met. Hmm. Primarily from brain injuries. There's also some eye damage and scarring in the eye as well. Somebody asked about blindness, where it came from. But yeah, we actually had a low vision appointment yesterday. Talked to the ADA. No, the ADA. I mean, we've put in several ADA complaints leading up to that, like from when the Guilford County has been non-compliant, and we haven't heard anything back. So I'm sure other people have put in complaints as well, and this is very common. They get complaints all day, every day. So don't hold your breath for the ADA to come in and do stuff anytime soon. Yeah, cane work is amazing. As some people are more dog people, like seeing eye dogs, and some people are more cane people. They want to navigate with a cane. I'm trying to get a seeing eye dog, and then once I do more practice of that, I'll give you guys some thoughts on which one I prefer. But Greensboro has one of the highest crime rates. Yeah, High Point's pretty high too. Guilford County is they're up there as far as like um drug trafficking and human trafficking, and so it's pretty high up there on some of that stuff. And violent violent crime, which is the only crimes when there's violence, is pretty high as well. A lot of gang stuff, not just the Blue Line gang. So Spike Love, James, Darcy. So somebody saying how they can sleep at night. Good.
Somebody asked
Hmm.
the GoPro video why we didn't upload the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
That's just because of the stress it puts our friends under. That's why.
Yeah. We have the GoPro video from the attack, and it's people ask why we haven't uploaded the whole thing. The I think she said it doesn't really give too much more. Yeah, we may need to use it for the court stuff, but it there's no reason to upload a second video of the attack and have everybody go through that again. Like, yeah, so it's there. But well, I guess I don't know. I don't know what all when they turn it off. I haven't listened to it. The phone's has more. Yeah, so I figured. Yeah, I plan on doing some traveling. I do some other stuff to help with healing with vets, with disabled veterans. So do some traveling with a nonprofit, and so I get around with that. But oh, also I have other blind training that they want to send me to, guide dog training up in New York, some stuff maybe up in Maryland, and then maybe down in Georgia. There's a blind school out of Augusta at the VA. So solid wood canes. There are solid wood canes. I don't know about um, you know, solid, I guess that means not articulating, ones that don't collapse or fold down. Yeah, I think they definitely have them. You can, I mean, you can paint any stick-shaped object white to indicate it's a universal white with red at the end, and it indicates it's for the user is blind or visually impaired. And people have them. People have wooden canes. People have like walking canes, with the hook, with the crook on it, that are white. So it's not just the it's just not just the long ambulatory cane that I use. Um, basically anything that's painted white that's used for ambulation, and a lot of times it has the red at the end, indicates that the user is visually impaired or blind. So there's walkers that are white. If you see anybody with a white walker, white walker, winter's coming. If you see somebody with a walker that's painted white, that indicates that, well, they need a walker to help them ambulate, but also they can't see. So there's all kinds of stuff like that. What else we got?
I told you to check out his questions on somebody else's video.
Yeah. If you have questions or comments that I'm not addressing, whether it be in live stream chat or comments on videos, we just haven't got to it. Apologize. Shoot us an email at insightisfree at gmail.com. Yeah, that's the easiest way for me to keep up and contact you, because the Gmail will give me an alert too, like if there's something that goes a few days without a response. Yeah, that's the simplest. If you want to talk to me on the phone, you can call. The number's on there somewhere. It's like 360-226-6297, something like that. Hey, big old truck.
Yeah, this is nuts. You're like, I'm impressed.
Backing it up.
He's really short, but still.
What is it?
This is carbon dioxide refrigeration liquid.
Oh, you gotta fill up.
Sodas?
Yeah, it's gotta fill up the soda. CO2. Gotta make you bubbly drinks.
Yeah. As for footage, like, once we get the
Yeah. Once we get the lobby cam of the attack, we'll try and put that up for you guys. But we also have asked for video from the courthouse and the jail and magistrate and all that stuff, and we don't think they're gonna release it, but we'll find out. We asked for EMT records, like transport records. We have hospital stuff finally coming in, and the hospital records are super wonky. They yeah, they're pretty weird, but yeah, just poor record keeping at the hospital, poor healthcare. I mean, like there was like no actual healthcare. Yeah, there's.
or reflected sounds for guidance, like a bat.
Yeah, absolutely. Echolocation. Yeah, Blue Star. Yeah, absolutely. You do it too. Like everybody does it. Yeah. Everybody uses echolocation, and a lot of times you do it without thinking, but you can absolutely train yourself to hear. It doesn't even have to be echolocation. Echolocation is where you emit a sound, you initiate a sound, and then you listen for the sound coming back, because the feedback of how it comes back, proprioception skills. Yeah, no, that's exactly it. Like, it lets you know like obstacles and different things, what the reverberation's bouncing off of. But you can also, it doesn't have to be echolocation. It can be where the sound has a different source other than you, and hear distance and direction from the sound, and then anything that's blocking the sound, and then you can even get a good idea of what materials blocking the sound, of what materials in the room to dampen the sound, and what's amplifying the sound or making the sound reverberate. You know, whether the wall is brick or concrete, or you know, you don't even have to touch it necessarily to get a good idea of what kind of material. No, we did an interview with Taya, so I don't know when they broadcast that, but that's a Police Accountability Report has an interview with us. The Audit reached out, so I know he said he's gonna work on a video. So what else?
We're a handsome couple.
Handsome. That means full of hands. I don't know. How is it to be with a blind guy? Is it kind of handsy?
Stop.
Are you blushing? The sexual innuendos. How handsy is a blind guy? Are we handsome? Are blind people more more handsome, more handy, handsy?
They can't even hear me because you're in the head.
Yeah, no, they can't hear you. I'm silencing her speech. I'm such a tyrant. Yeah. What?
Just all the ha-has.
Yeah. What's it like to be with a blind guy? I don't know. I've never been with one. But I bet it's pretty hands-on.
I keep
But
trying to
dump.
come up with something like you didn't see it coming.
Yeah, there's a punchline there. Working on my comedy skits. Do some stand-up comedy. No, I mean, if you guys got any records back, we have gotten 0 responsive records back from any of the records requests from the February 4th event. Actually, we've got outstanding records requests from cities and counties, like going back a while. So that's just more backside work that we've got to do. So nothing's really going on right now. We're just catching up with people. If you want interested in my pontification on the difference between warrior and soldier, you can rewind it.
Oh man, a blind carpenter is always handy.
Yeah, blind carpenter, dude. They have carpenter, carpentry classes at the VA, trying for blind in the blind rehab.
Aww. Did you feel your wife's face when you met?
No, I could. Well, I mean, I felt it, but I could see it when we first met. It was back when I could see. Now I don't know what she looks like. She could be all busted up. Somebody put a comment. I guess that she needs to go to the dermatologist, and I hearted it. And she's like, you're such an asshole. You hearted that comment. I'm like, what comment? And I was like, oh well, I was probably scrolling through like comments really fast, and thought I heard neurologist, like she needs to take me to the neurologist.
Which is true.
And yeah, which is true. And so that's what I thought I was hearting. And I'm like, whoops, I hearted somebody being mean to her. How do I pee if you can't see? I don't know, man.
We had that conversation. You have to go back and find a different
Yeah, definitely hands can show how good skin are. Yeah. Okay, real fast. Kawasaki, what's up? Yeah. Yeah, the audit's approach, I don't know. I guess his whole premise at the beginning is like, we're gonna sort out what's right and wrong. I don't like that kind of judgment. What branch of service? Army. Hmm. Oh yeah, she's got a tattoo. Hey, from the Bay Area. Hey, what's going on over there in California? Yeah, we're trying to hold an account. So I guess we'll close out with um, this little monologue because there's a civil rights celebration today in High Point, North Carolina. They have a banquet at the Red Lion, and it's near downtown. And then they have some performing arts at a school. I don't know if Mrs. Justice can post that information, but it's for like the 60-year anniversary of the sit-in movement, civil rights movement, uh, 60-year anniversary from the High Point sit-ins. And the Guilford County Commissioners honored those students that did that sit-in, ironically, honoring civil rights activism and people that took a stand or a seat, as the case was, from 60 years ago. But what do they do for people that do civil rights activism today? You know, how do they treat people that go try to get equal access for all? And you guys saw that last Tuesday. Saw what they do. So some people said that it's escalating. The response towards activists is escalating. They're becoming more aggressive, more violent towards the activists, and that it's a matter of time before they kill activists. And I don't think it's a matter of time. Like it happens. It's historically happened. Like they killed activists always. This is how change is done. Typically, if it's an activist that's not very well known or isn't well publicized, and it doesn't change things on a larger scale, um, unless that message is spread even after the fact, right? So, am I gonna stop? No, I'm not. I'm not gonna stop. I'm still gonna do what I can for the cause of freedom and peace. Um, do I expect there to be more resistance from the powers that be, from people that are choosing to be enemies of freedom and peace? Absolutely. I think there's going to be more resistance. Do I think there's going to people are going to try to cause more bodily harm to me? Yeah. Do I think that people may want to kill my physical existence? Yeah. Will people attempt it? Possibly. And if that happens, um, you guys can play this video back for anybody who does damage to me or destroys my physical existence. That that I don't hate anybody, and have love and forgiveness for people that want to use hate and violence. That doesn't mean there's not consequences. Just because I forgive a person individually for doing damage doesn't mean there's not consequences. That we don't try to rectify the situation so that they don't cause damage to other people. So it means calling for, if they're in a position of power, that they're out of that position of power and that they aren't allowed to hold any other positions of power, and maybe even remove the positions of power entirely, so that we have equality. But anything else, chat wise? So many crazies in here.
Trolls are out now.
Somebody asked if we lost sight in the service. The visual loss started in the service, yes, after a brain injury, but it got worse and worse. All right, well, I think we've been live long enough. You got anything?
No.
No? All right. We're gonna go ahead and sign out. We'll keep you guys posted on things. Got another VA appointment I gotta do. I'm probably gonna call to get some more records. At least put the records request in here in a bit. If you guys want to be helpful, less ways you can do. Try to get us any records, any video, audio, paperwork, messages, emails, anything from any of these entities that are involved in this incident from the 4th, and then even the follow-up, because there's a lot of cover-up as far as people calling in to get answers and getting hung up on, or getting transferred to a voicemail, or transferred to a line that rings and rings and is busy, or transferred for a different department that then hangs up on them. So there's a lot of people in Guilford County offices that have been less than helpful with getting the public information that the public is due. So any efforts you guys have to try to get information and records, we appreciate that. You can email us at insightisfree@gmail.com. So peace and love. Stay tuned to get further videos and stuff. I think there's some stuff in the pipe that she's got working on. And yeah, we'll talk to you guys later. So peace and love. Say bye.
Bye.
Hi or bye?
Bye.
Okay.
I did my southern bye.
Okay. All right. De Priscilla Bear.